Okay, so yeah, that opening you just saw, that's the world of Clair Obscur. It definitely hits you with the heavy stuff right out of the gate. Hey everyone, Autumn here. I've just completed Clair Obscur Expedition 33's main story quest and a bunch of the other side content too. It's taken me around 50 in-game hours to complete. It took me 80 hours of it looking at the Steam recordings, and honestly, I want to go back into the game and complete the rest of the optional content. This game, it sets a really powerful tone right from the start, as you just saw. You're living in Lumiere, a world under the threat of the Paintress, who marks a death age every year. And you're part of the latest expedition, number 33, trying to stop her. It's a premise absolutely loaded with themes of mortality, grief, and an uphill struggle against fate. It's heavy stuff. But the tone isn't just that unrelenting dread, which is what surprised me in the best way. Samfall Interactive does this really interesting thing where they blend that somber core with moments of genuine heart, character connection, and even a surprising amount of charm and wit.
Hey.
Come on, don't be shy.
Get out of my way!
Jeez, tu poquito más parino.
No. It's just that it's the password.
It's that contrast, that blend of light and shadow that makes the world and the journey feel so real. And honestly, so damn compelling to play through. A huge part of that feeling comes with the crew you're with, actually. These aren't just like stoic heroes marching to their doom. They're characters you see interacting, sharing personal moment at camp. There's even this one bit, I made sure to include it in the edit, where Gustav just gives this perfect eye roll. It's a little moment that gives you that needed bit of levity against the heavy backdrop. And also just shows the mocap and where the budget went in this game. Oh, and don't get me started with the gestrels. These wonderful, silly wooden guys who pop up with genuine comic relief are a reprieve to having such a bleak moments in the game.
Mes amis, Flurry's close. I can feel it.
Come on, you can fly. Can't you get Flurry yourself?
Oh no, too much effort.
And the world itself, even with the looming threat, isn't always gloomy. As you explore, there's a real sense of adventure and discovery. It's got this cool old school charm, almost a video gamey feel that isn't afraid to be a bit whimsical at times. It doesn't take itself too seriously visually all the time, which is pretty refreshing when the narrative gets intense. I remember walking around this seafloor bit where it was like you're underwater, but you're walking through and you're seeing all the bubbles popping up and you see all the coral around you. And whilst I did say that it wasn't so visually, I guess, serious, it does have that photorealism in the game, which just brings this game to the next level in terms of how the quote-unquote JRPGs are. But beyond the characters and the surprising charm of the world, where Clair Obscur truly shines and pulls you in completely, is the gameplay, especially the combat. This isn't your typical turn-based RPG at all. This game fundamentally plays as a turn-based RPG, sure, but it injects this incredible energy with its active time mechanics. Dodging, parrying, you're not just selecting commands, you're reacting in the moment. And trust me, the timings are tough, at least on Expert. I haven't tried the other difficulties, but on Expert, the timings are very strict. You get used to it over time, but it took me a good few hours, more than a few probably, to actually get used to the timings. But having said that, it's one of the most satisfying combat systems I've played in the genre. Learning attack patterns, nailing those perfect timings with the parries, it's really exhilarating. And well, whilst I messed up quite a bit, it kept me engaged and wanting to engage more with the combat and making myself extremely OP, so then I didn't have to deal with the mechanics, because sometimes it was very frustrating to get slapped down by one attack or a couple of attacks. Onto the visuals, stunning, simply just stunning. Like I was saying earlier, this photorealistic approach that they've taken, and all the places that you visit just look amazing. They spent their money in the right places. The music, god tier, absolute god tier, and it's coming from someone they found on SoundCloud, right? The score alone is practically worth the price of admission. It goes from powerful symphonic sounds to these moving dramatic vocals and intense battle music. Though, just a heads up, if you're using headphones, the audio mix felt a little off for me. Effects could be really loud and there's no separate audio options for headphone users. It's a minor annoyance in an otherwise stellar audio experience. The world just begs to be explored, full of secrets and different biomes. As mentioned earlier, there's the underwater area, there's also an ice area. Each place has an identity where the music, NPCs and Nevrons bring it all together. The progression system of the Pictos feels kind of like Final Fantasy IX's ability learning. You know, you fight with the ability or the Pictos equipped, and after 4 fights, your whole party learns that Picto ability, and they cost Lumina to be able to be used, and Lumina itself is, you can spend as much as you like on each of the characters. The sky's the limit with that, which is great. You have weapons as well, which you can level, which upon getting certain levels, you can unlock more passive abilities for that particular weapon. And you have attributes which you can allocate to your characters, which further allows you to customize your characters the way you would like. I ended up pumping my luck stat and speed so I could get more turns and do big damage, which was, I guess, quite OP, especially by the end. But the optional quests still were a challenge for me, and I still am wanting to go back into the game to complete those too. While the ability trees felt a little limited, the synergy you get from your weapons and their passives, as well as the Pictos and the amount of Lumina you can pump into each characters, it allows for these synergies, and it doesn't feel like there is a limit. The only limit is really the abilities, but the way that you synergize things is what allows you to go into that kind of creative field where you can make your own characters, which is a lot of fun.
What? No, we have a mission!
Oh, fuck the mission! Fuck the mission, Lune! What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take down the paintress, just the 3 of us?
The story honestly sticks with you. The characters are fantastic. I kept finding myself just thinking, this game is amazing. I had goosebumps. Everything about it just gave like these little bits just kept giving me goosebumps. And I can't even speak because I'm just so excited about the game. And it's something that I remember when I was a kid and I played Final Fantasy X for the first time. And I'm thinking in the younger generations who play this, this is going to be their Final Fantasy X or their Final Fantasy VII, because it is one of those games that definitely sets the bar for the future turn-based JRPGs. Does it have flaws? Yeah, sure. That one mini game still haunts my dreams. The menus could be slicker, and it has its fair share of technical quirks. I crashed a few times, my audio cut out. There's some issues with FPS dropping in some areas or in some bits where you're doing a certain move. Compared to how good the core game is, they feel like a small bump on an otherwise incredible journey. The core experience is just that strong. It takes familiar JRPG ingredients, adds its own unique active spice, and creates something that's both nostalgic and incredibly modern. It's got style, the heart, and the depth to seriously stand tall with the best of them. Maybe even pushing the genre forward, like I said, and I think it genuinely does.
Must
Okay, so that's my review for Expedition 33. What are your thoughts? Have you tried it yet? And if you have, did you find the parry system to be difficult? And did you get stuck at that gestural minigame like myself? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.